YouTube, this is the Computer Tips, and today I am back with the latest tech news for the week of October 5th. In Apple news, Apple ISO 6 has Wi-Fi issues. Let's be honest, this isn't the first time Apple operating system or devices had Wi-Fi issues. I remember back when one of the iPod Touches came out, a few weeks after it was released, it had Wi-Fi issues, which took a few more months for them to fix it. The company hasn't made any official statements on the matter, but Apple's technical support is aware of the issue. With the release of ISO 6, there were changes to the default map app, but this app has fallen short to the previous app, which was provided by Google Maps. Apple released a statement apologizing for their app, and they also promoted third-party apps that you can use in replacement. Google Maps will now include Street Views. After the fail of the Apple Map app, a lot of people will now be turning back to Google, especially now since they have promised that their app will include Street View. Now this was about a week ago, I believe, that this statement was released, or sometimes at the beginning of this week, meaning that in 2 more weeks you should be expecting Street Views, or already right now it should have it. So Google has basically have come in and saved the day for all you Apple users. Now don't get this wrong, I'm not saying that Apple is better than Google or Google is better than Apple. I'm just saying in this situation Google has had to step in and save the day for everybody using Apple devices. Replacing JavaScript. The creator of C# is currently looking into replacing popular programming code JavaScript. Anders is the creator of C#, and he has said that JavaScript is lacking object orientation, which is necessary when you're creating a complex system. So far now, if you're building a complex system, Anders has said JavaScript is not the way to go. Basically, he's saying JavaScript is starting to become a hassle for programmers, and if you're wondering what he's going to replace this with, he's planning to replace it with TypeScript, and the reason for this being is that TypeScript is a superset of JavaScript that lets developer add a strong typing and object orientation. So if you're a programmer out there or you're interested in JavaScript, just be on the lookout that there's going to be a new programming code that's going to be called TypeScript. Windows 8 or Windows 7. A new graph posted online showed that many users are preferring Windows 7 and other OS devices over Windows 8. Many people said this graph isn't accurate because mainly all the people that voted on the poll never tried Windows 8. So I have a question for you guys. Do you think this is true or not? Or is it just somebody from Microsoft putting that statement out there to discredit the graph to kind of promote Windows 8, to say Windows 8 is actually good, it's just these people never tried it, so their opinion is invalid because of the fact that they never used Windows 8. And right there is the graph. It shows 20% prefer Windows XP, 53% like Windows 7, 25% like Windows 8, and 2% choose other. Adobe charging error. Hundreds of Adobe customers have been affected by an overcharging error that in some cases empty their bank accounts. This error basically charged a customer 100 times within a 48-hour period. This issue appeared to be limited to a small number of customers using Adobe Connect, and Adobe is currently working on fixing the issues and returning the money back to the customer's account. So I really feel sorry for those people because they got a big scare when they looked at their bank account the next day. I mean, that has to be terrifying if you have a lot of money or even some money in your bank account and then it's all gone. And when you look at it, you notice that it's a credited company, Adobe, who has good reviews and is not a scamming company that has been taking all your money. So it raises up red flags, and it shows that even in today's world with big companies, they can have errors like this. The White House was almost hacked. The White House confirmed on October 1st that it was subject to cyber attack. The White House has one of the most secure networks, and this network was almost hacked. So far, all is known that an unclassified network was affected and quickly locked down, but there was no evidence to suggest any material has been stolen. Despite many claims online that the attack took place in the White House military office, where the nuclear football is kept, which carries the codes to the US government nuclear arsenal. So that's some pretty scary stuff. It shows that hackers are getting more bold, and they may be targeting big things like US government's nuclear arsenal. Just imagine if a hacker breaks in and gets access to all those codes. I mean, I'm pretty sure they'll have to immediately change the codes for all the nuclear arsenal. But just the fact that they can get in and steal it, it's kind of crazy. I mean, this wasn't the situation because the White House managed to lock it down. Right there, I started stuttering. Lost my train of thought. So anyways, in other news, Iran claims to have been hit by constant cyber attacks. They believe it's the United States trying to get information on their nuclear project. What I meant to say is, but I got a little ahead of myself, is it's funny that the White House has been attacked, or an attempt was made on the White House, at the same time that Iran is claiming the United States is attacking them. It's kind of odd. Maybe there's no connection between them. Maybe it's just a coincidence. But in my opinion, I believe the United States is trying to get information on Iran's nuclear project, while and because of that, Iran decided to hire hackers to try to get into the US government's nuclear arsenal. Just my opinion. Doesn't mean that it's actually happening like that, but it's just a big coincidence that each of them have reported hacking attempts. Not hacking attempts, because Iran actually was hacked. It's just that the nuclear projects wasn't found, any files of the nuclear projects or anything like that, but they do believe that's what the hackers are looking for. So Iran is going to keep getting hit by hackers in an attempt to locate supposedly the nuclear project, and this has caused many of the internets to go down in Iran because of the fact that they cannot handle all the cyber attacks they're getting. Moving on, energy giant Thecomputertips Canada believes Chinese hackers are behind a network breach the company suffered earlier in September. Also, US gets an ad for IPv6 internet makeover. A few months ago, we changed to IPv6 from IPv4, and unfortunately the United States did not do a good job changing. TomTom app will finally arrive to the Android at a $50 price. So if you are a fan of TomTom, you can finally have it on your Android device for $50. AOL makes a deal with YouTube to start streaming content. I didn't get to read over the article very well, but it'll be in the description if you want to know what kind of content they'll be streaming on YouTube. If you guys enjoyed this series of the latest tech news, please leave a like below and subscribe to see more. I'll see you guys later.